Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Harch, Chief Meteorologist Tom Clark with his backyard forecast, and Joe Zone on sports. This is the Newswatch 16 update.
Good evening. They don't believe it.
Some people from Old Forge don't believe the government's latest report on the Yakavazi landfill. The Environmental Protection Agency has just finished a study on the hazardous waste, and the report shows no high amounts of poisons in the soil, water, or air. Night View reporter Dan Fiorucci was there tonight when the federal officials tried to explain the study to the people.
Good evening, and thank you for coming to our meeting this evening.
The meeting got underway shortly after 7, and most of the news was very good.
None of the samples, repeat, none of the samples were shown to reach any hazardous concentrations of metals.
Environmental officials said they found no evidence of significant amounts of poisons leaking into the ground, air, or water in and around the Yakavazi landfill.
They're lying to everybody. It's pure lies. They're talking about digging 10 feet down.
But lots of people weren't buying the good news.
I see my shoes deteriorate, our clothes deteriorate, and they're going to tell these people I seen rabbits dead. You know, that's why we took samples, 16 in the Tribune, and that's the truth. We exposed all this here, and my son over there, Richard.
Why didn't you do that the first time? Go back 30 feet and 40 feet. You wasted thousands and thousands and thousands of taxpayers' dollars, and it's all out the window because you have to go in there again.
Old Forge Mayor Frank DeGennaro had a bone to pick with EPA, too.
Who decided, who has the power to make a decision to stop at 9 feet, 4 feet, 3 feet, 5 feet, and say there's nothing in those pits? Who did that?
If we had gone ahead for a large amount of money to go down 50 feet and found things in 5 feet, you would have come back and said we've wasted a tremendous amount of money.
Whatever the case, EPA says it is now ready to dig down to 50 feet if that's what it takes to find barrels. Digging at Yakavazi should resume sometime early next month. Dan Fiorucci, Newswatch 16, Old Forge.
Parents concerned about protecting their children had a chance to have their kids fingerprinted tonight in Dixon City. The fingerprinting was done here at Chuck E. Cheese's Pizza Time Theater on Route 6. It's all part of Operation Child Find. The prints are given to the parents and then can only be used by police if the child is lost. Dixon City Police helped fingerprint the hundreds of kids that took part in the Child Find program tonight.
Coming up, why all eyes may be on Pennsylvania next month.
Plus, a little later, the story of a 9th grade class who kept their eyes on eggs today. We'll find out why as Newswatch 16 update continues.
Why is a Ponderosa steak dinner like nothing else in town?
You can have anything you want at a Ponderosa restaurant.
I made it myself.
Only Ponderosa lets you make anything you want at the world's biggest best salad buffet at no extra charge when you have any steak dinner you want. New York strip, sirloin tips, porterhouse, all at prices that will make you happy.
You can have anything you want at a Ponderosa restaurant.
Next, meteorologist Tom Clark will try to explain whatever happened to our beautiful weather.
Tom, can we hope for an extension of Indian summer?
Well, not when there's a front crossing the state tonight, Nolan. It's not too nice. And when we come back, I'll show you some thunderstorms crossing Pennsylvania.
Think about sweetening your budget with a 5-pound bag of Domino sugar, $1.48. Or for that big cleanup job, a 10-count box of hefty lawn and leaf bags, $1.78. And spark up your party with a 2-liter bottle of Coca-Cola, only 88 cents. And save on a jumbo roll of Vanity Fair paper towels, 2 for 88 cents.
Be a great thinker today. Think IGA.
Well, let's see where Tom Clark is going to zap us with those thunderstorms.
Watch out. Hey, Well, if you were to go out your window and look up, you wouldn't see any stars at the moment, but your back porch thermometer will not be as cold tomorrow morning as it's been on recent mornings. Outside now, it's not all that bad in the backyard. The rain is staying to the west at the moment. 60 degrees outside now. Humidity 68%. The wind velocity southwest at 9. The barometer is holding steady at this hour. Range in temperature this day, 65 and 50. Had some cloud cover out there that kept the temperature away from 70. 61 and 41 the normals. 87 and 24 are the extremes on this date. And you have to go way back to 1908 for that record high. And some of the white birch trees as they stand tonight in my backyard. Now we have the latest Newswatch 16 color radar image for you. As you can see, some of those blobs of color over Pennsylvania, the orange indicating the heavier rainfall if you're viewing in color, and there they are. Johnstown, Altoona, having some thunderstorms in the past couple of hours, but they are dissipating now, but I think that maybe some of the rain left over from them may leak over into some of the eastern counties later on tonight towards morning. It's all because of a front lining up like so that's pushing slowly to the east. More thunderstorms in the Carolinas, but dry west of Pennsylvania tonight, and some of that air is going to work its way into our region tomorrow afternoon. Here's the latest Newswatch 16 color satellite picture for you. There's the line of clouds there coming down across Pennsylvania. The dry air behind it, some thunderstorms in the Gulf of Mexico, but they're gassing up the snowplows once again in the Rockies. Look at the clouds out that way. 6 to 10 inches of snow in some of the mountains of Utah tonight with temperatures in the teens, and as much as 6 to 12 inches of snow could fall in some of the mountains of Colorado, but no snow for us. Here's my forecast coming up for the rush hour tomorrow morning. It may be wet in your neighborhood, a few showers moving through. Temperatures holding in the 50s tonight. Cogan Station, I like that name. Now tomorrow you'll see the sun in the afternoon as the clouds break up. No rain after probably 10 o'clock. Temperatures getting up to near 70 like in Excelsior and Public Square, Wilkes-Barre. Now the sunrise and sunset coming up for tomorrow. Get your pencils ready. 7:18 and jot down 6:18 for that sunset tomorrow night. Isn't that exciting? A little bit of rain later on tonight. Nothing heavy. May linger into the morning hours tomorrow. Partly sunny Thursday afternoon. More showers could break out on Friday and may linger into early Saturday, but then I think it'll brighten up as we head through the latter part of the weekend. On this date back in 1972, we had a ½ inch of snow.
No, my. That was last time.
I remember.
Last whenever.
Bye,
Thanks, Tom. Coming up, postseason baseball awards coming out. Joe Zone has the first of many.
Plus, how one local high schooler is striking out on the football field. The 16 Sports Screen is next.
The survivor instinct. It's staying dry when the world around you is all wet. And at Kiefer's Army Navy, you get the Survivor at incredible savings. They're insulated and waterproof to keep you dry in all kinds of weather. So when the going gets rough and the instinct sends you running for your Herman Survivors, run to Kiefer's where your pocketbook can survive. Herman Survivors, regular $75, on sale for $59.95 at Kiefer's Army Navy, Kingston and Berwick.
Fresh bread. Fresh baked bread. Something you can't find anywhere except at a great restaurant like Wanda's on the Park. Pumpernickel, orange, rye, apple, banana, cheese bread. All served by Wanda's special bread girl to delight your taste buds, along with Wanda's salad show prepared tableside. The bread and salad show are free with every meal at dinner. And think about it. If Wanda goes to all this trouble for bread and salad, imagine what the entrees are like. Wanda's on the Park, downtown.
Very little time. That's all you have to get these GE Spacemaker appliances for very little money. Both this GE Spacemaker can opener and drip coffee maker mount conveniently under your cabinets and are only $19.97 and $44.49. And this GE Spacemaker electric knife with wall rack is just $21.97. Save over $8 on the electric knife, over $10 on the can opener, and over $18 on the coffee maker. But hurry, time is only on your side till Saturday. Service Star, we can help.
Well, we've seen the World Series, but there's more to baseball, right, Mr. Zone?
That's right. Manager of the year in the National League, and everybody you thought should have got votes did get votes. Isn't that wonderful? Who won it? How about Jim Fry? He would have rather been in the World Series, he says, but he'll take being named National League Manager of the Year. Fry led the Cubs, of course, to the National League West title, their first in 40 years. East title, their first in 40 years. Mets manager Dave Johnson, runner-up. San Diego's Dick Williams was third. Okay, take a look at the All-Star team the Sporting News has come out with for the '84 baseball season. Look at these guys. Nice team, right? Keith Hernandez, Ryan Sandberg, Mike Schmidt. That might be a surprise for some people. Ozzie Smith, Gary Carter, outfield, Tony Gwynn, Dale Murphy, Jose Cruz, Rick Sutcliffe, Mark Thurman, the pitcher, relief pitcher, Bruce Sutter. Now, the American League looks like this. At first base, how about Don Mattingly of the Yankees, Lou Whitaker, Buddy Bell, Cal Ripken, Lance Parrish. Outfield, Dave Winfield, Dwight Evans, Tony Armas, the pitchers, Mike Boddicker, Willie Hernandez, and the relief pitcher, Quisenberry of the Royals. You know, when teachers are striking, things like high school football games seem very unimportant, and yet many times the games go on. John Evans went to Panther Valley to find out how their strike has affected the high school football team there.
The Panther Valley Panthers may not be the #1 high school football team in our area, but there aren't many teams that have had to fight against adversity like this year's Panthers. The adversity is being caused by the teachers' strike in the school district, the strike that's been going on since September the 10th, and that's kept the students out of school since then. For almost a month now, the team has been playing under one head coach, Pete Radoka, a former star athlete at the school who was an assistant on the coaching staff when the season began. The reason they play under one coach now at Panther Valley is because the former head coach Joe Leonzi and assistant coach Walt Lagenza were relieved of their duties by the Panther Valley School Board. You see, both teach at other school districts in the area, and they were advised by the State Teachers Union not to cross the picket lines at Panther Valley, or in essence coach this team, or else they'd be relieved of their duties. They refused not to coach, so they were let go. What happens if you let go?
Yeah, if I let go, they'll totally lose any confidence they have in any kind of coach that would come here.
As for the players themselves, well, they're mad. Mad because of their 1-5 record, mad because they're not in school. But above the feelings of anger they have inside is even a deeper feeling of frustration.
I really feel gypped because we put in a lot of practice hours with these coaches. We got to know them real well, and their system did begin to work. And then what happened was they were released. We don't have our chances now. Like in school, we'd be having pep rallies and stuff like that. We don't. So we want to show the people and, you know, our kids in the classes that we can play this game.
The program hasn't had much success the past few years. That might not change this year. But because of the teacher's strike, 1984 will be remembered as the year it was very tough to be a Panther Valley Panther. John Evans, Newswatch 16 Sports in Lansford.
All right, let's check in on our local hockey team, the New York Islanders, tonight in a little fisticuffs early in that game with Detroit. Then they got down to the business of scoring goals, and the Islanders right there score. Clark Gillies had 3 tonight. There was Tonelli giving the Islanders a 2-1 lead. As I said, Gillies had 3 goals tonight. He scored the hat trick as the Islanders go on to win it the final 6-4. They are 3-1. There's the board. I-6, Detroit 4, Quebec over Buffalo 4-1. Nolan. Hartford 5, Toronto 3, Pittsburgh 4, and Vancouver 3. All right, how about the fish and game forecast for tomorrow? I'll tell you what, they're going to catch that darn fish that's there every morning at 7 o'clock.
He's waiting.
It looks like the same one I've seen for the last 2 nights.
Or maybe it's some deer sitting out there waiting for some
guy
to roll in.
They get affected by that same up and down, right?
Right.
Okay, thanks, Joe. Next, the kids who found out that parenting isn't all that it's cracked up to be.
But first is a look at tonight's winning lottery number. The daily number is 899, and the big 4 number is 4768. We'll be right back.
Sometimes you need extra power for a long drive, like the extra power of this Toro 2-stage. It'll throw snow up to 25 feet for double driveways, yet it cleans right down to the pavement. With Toro's 2-stage power, you can take on any snowplow. Now, if someone would only invent a 2-stage driver.
Save up to $150 in selected Toro 2-stage. Offer ends December 8th, 84.
Hip, hip, hooray! Bonanza's got chicken fillet.
Hip, hip, hooray!
Bonanza's got chicken fillet.
Hip, hip, hooray! Bonanza's got chicken fillet.
Hip, hip.
Hooray, darling. Bonanza's got chicken fillet.
Yo.
Oh,
this plus Bonanza's Fresh-Tastics food bar, just $4.99 at Bonanza.
That was really terrific. You know what I mean?
Finally tonight, if you're a parent, you know what it's like to be responsible for your children.
But if you're a teenager, responsibility is something you have to learn. Newswatch 16's Mark Davis tells us about some Dallas students getting excited about being responsible parents.
It's Family Day at the Dallas Area Junior High School. The eggs represent children, and the 9th grade students are playing the part of the parents. The freshmen are responsible to watch and care for these so-called children for the entire school day. The program is all part of the health curriculum taught by Robin Jones.
This gives the students in the junior high school an opportunity to experience the fragile nature of parenthood and raising a child, as well as an opportunity to work as a team with the husbands and the wives.
The parents must take their children everywhere. The eggs are left unattended, they might be kidnapped, and if they're cracked, that's child abuse, all resulting in an unsatisfactory grade for the project.
The project is taken very seriously, even to this point. Say the students have a gym class where they can't watch their eggs for the whole time. Well, then they've got a problem. So they bring the eggs here to the principal's office, which is being used as a temporary daycare center.
Scott Lamoureux and Jackie Carsman are the proud parents of a half-dozen egg children, and they tell me they are learning a few things.
It's fun, and it teaches you just how to care for things and to have something of your own, to be proud.
It shows you like the responsibilities of a parent of teenagers, and you know, you have to own something and take care of it.
This marks the second year for the Eggs for Special Health Project, and the student parents really come out of their shells to participate. Mark Davis, Newswatch 16, Dallas.
Good idea.
That's a very good idea.
Sure.
I like it. Right. That's Newswatch 16 update for Wednesday.
For the team, thanks for being with us.
Good night.
Good night.